and you will be able to find a property that meets a certain criteria. It's called a buy box, okay? So all of these different institutional buyers have their own criteria. If you're in Florida, you have one criteria. Los Angeles County, another one, okay? They might buy a property for $2 million in Santa Barbara County, but only $150,000 in, where I'm from in West Virginia, right? I don't even think we have properties for $150,000 in West Virginia. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So when we look at it, so what does it do for your seller? I want you to think about this, and I think this is the narrative that we all need to put out there to everyone, and as a real estate community, as a real estate company. We are going to offer our sellers choices, okay? It's not about trying to lead our seller down a path to take less for their property. It's not trying to do anything but give the seller choices. So how do these institutional buyers operate? They operate cash. There's no financing in our program. So these institutional buyers can close in as little as 40 days. Is that great for some sellers? Or 40 days, 48 hours. 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. You have to mess up once, right? You said it'd be okay. So they can close within 48 hours if we need to do a quick sale. On the other hand, if we're going to buy another property and they need to close escrow and move, we can go 30 days, 60 days, sometimes maybe even up to 90 days. One thing that was really important to Ted and I when we first started talking about this program was we wanted to have people in the program that cared about the real estate agent. That's what I've done for 20 years. That's how I'll make my living. I want everybody here to know the iBuyers that we have, okay, and I will preach this until the day that I'm not selling real estate anymore. As of right now, they care about you, the agent, because what I would preach to them was the agent has value, okay? The reason the big companies are only closing 6% when 40% of the people want to hit the button, 40% want to sell that way, okay? The reason is there's no real estate professional going to the home, meeting the client and saying, we have one offer from you, from a fix and flip. Would that work for you? No. Well, we have other companies that are buy and hold. A lot of you might not know there are buy and hold companies out there. They pay basically market value for the property, 97, 98%, okay? So you'll see their buy box. They'll say Phoenix, Arizona, this housing tract of 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,500 square feet. We will buy everyone at market value, and they have their certain criteria. So when you guys are taking the classes, and I want to talk a little bit about those in just a couple minutes, you want to make sure that you become a student of your area buy box. Every company buys. It's not one across the board, okay? So what we've done is developed a training program, and that's going to tell you how the institutional buyers operate and how we're going to interact with them, okay? The way that we go to the training is set up. You'll take a class called 101, another class called 102. Then you have to take a test because nobody was paying attention, right? So now we take a test to get it done. I think the test is working out good, right, Terry? So, yeah, right. So then you'll be certified for the program, okay? There's a lot of wins in here for the seller. It's not just close quickly and close with ease and assure you of the transaction. Most of these companies, there's no repairs, okay? Let's say a house is in good condition, but it was not remodeled since the 1970s, okay? They may not have the money to bring that property up to par to sell in the open market, okay? There's no lockbox on the house if they accept your express offer, okay? So what'll happen is, if you guys want to write this down now, expressoffers.com, okay? This is the big win, and this is the lead generation that is going to change us as a company, okay? So if you go, that is live right now in California as of this morning. Did you guys all see it come out on Workplace? All of you that use Workplace. Listen, if you do not use Workplace Facebook, please use your Workplace Facebook because that's where we communicate all the training programs. If you go to that site, that's for the public, just like Open Door, just like Zillow. But listen to what we did, and listen to what Glenn wanted, and Ted wanted, and I wanted, passionately wanted. We don't want the 6% closing, so what are we going to do? That lead is going to come in from that seller, and it's going to say, I would like to get an instant offer. But eXp is not buying that property, are they? No, an institutional buyer is. Who is going to go out to talk to the customer? You. So the agent in that area is going to get that lead, probably going to look like an Uber, right? Something like that. Maybe even the first one to hit it first. I didn't run that by Glenn, but I thought I would just now think it would be cool, right? Once you're certified, you're going to get that lead. Now what are you going to do? You're going to call the seller. So now there's a real estate professional in front of them. You're going to say, Mr. Seller, oh yes, this would meet our fix and flip criteria. Or no, it wouldn't. It might meet our buy and hold criteria. You know, after I look at the property, you have a beautiful view, downtown this is probably, you're going to get more for your money on the open market. Choices. 1 offer, 2 offers, 3 offers, or take it the traditional route. The agent wins.
So Nate, let's make sure everybody understands, right? With the current platforms, it's a 1 offer system and there's no agent involved. With our platform, eXp agents are involved and there's potentially multiple offers on your listing that can close within 48 hours, right? Or longer, whatever the seller needs. And those are cash offers, right? So agents are in the center of all of these transactions. So now imagine when you're going out on a listing appointment and you can walk in and say to the seller, you know, what we can do is your house meets this buy box. We can submit your property to this platform and potentially have 3 or 4 cash offers for you in the next 48 hours. But if you don't like any of those, that's okay. We can go on and market your property in the traditional way. But no other agent walking in here has the ability to have 3 or 4 cash offers for you within 48 hours. I would love your listing. Now, does that sound like a...
Is that amazing or what? That's the big win. That's the big win.
Let's talk about expireds. Huge. Can you call up an expired and say, Mr. Expired or Mrs. Expired, whatever it might be. Oh my God. Your house hasn't been able to sell in 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. I could potentially have 3 or 4 offers for you in the next 48 hours, should we talk. You think you're going to get a conversation on that one as well? So this tool can be used multiple different ways, but the most important thing is the agents are involved and there's multiple offers coming out of it.
Can you imagine how many properties, if 40% of your market hits the button because they want the ease, and then you are there involved instead of a computer? I put my house in Open Door, okay? I typed it in to see what happened before I came up here. They sent me back an email, we don't buy in a gated community. Our agents will follow up shortly. It's been 2 weeks, okay? But our agents are gonna get the listing and they're gonna go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the training, the buy box, how you do that. Right now we're active in California, okay? The other cities are going to come out. If you go to Express Offers Update, Platform Update, I believe. Express Offers Platform Updates. That's going to tell you.
That's a workplace group.
That's a workplace.
That's a workplace group. So go to join the Express Offers Updates in Workplace. You'll get all the updates from there. And what we also want to do, we just have a few minutes left. Let's bring out Seth Sealer, who is the developer of this platform, so that Seth can show you a few different aspects of it.
Okay, yeah, thanks guys. Thanks. Got a minute for the demo.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Oh man, does it sound pretty good so far?
Yeah.
Very cool. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to show you around the software that we built for this program. Pretty unique program. Had to build a special piece of software to make it all work. The gist of it, though, is that we've got this platform here now, and once you get through the training, you get access to it. And the idea is that it'll allow you to very quickly and easily submit properties to have them reviewed for potential offers. From the marketplace of buyers that are in there. So the first view that you see here is the list of properties after you've submitted them. So this is essentially your properties dashboard. You'll notice that overall it's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory looking, I would think. You got your navigation on the left, all the information stuff on the right that you would need, and everything is there. So I guess probably the first question is, how do you know what to put in there, what kind of properties you should put in? And by the way, if Ted looks like he's a foot taller than me, it's an optical illusion. He's much closer to you. He's actually much closer to you. That's why, he's only 11 inches taller than me, that's it. Not a foot.
We're running partners, so it's good.
That's right, yeah.
We balance each other out.
A lot of people think we're twins.
That's right. It's like that movie.
That's right.
You're Danny DeVito.
Different kind of... thanks, Ted.
Well, that makes me Arnold Schwarzenegger. So.
That's true. That's true. We both lose. All right. Anyways, we digress. So, all right. So, like I said, how do you know what properties to put in here? there's a buy boxes section, and this is going to tell you what buy boxes are available in your area. Basically, you put in your state, and then you put in your region. Let's say in this example, you've got California, and in that region drop down, you'd have things like SoCal, Central Coast, whatever. And then that will show you the buy boxes that are available in your area. That allows you to know what the buyers in your area are looking to buy. That'll tell you what kind of properties you should be prospecting for to pump into the system. So once you get past that, this is what it looks like to enter a property. I think this part is going to be pretty self-explanatory, not super interesting. This is kind of the juicy part. Once offers start rolling in on all of the properties that you've entered, they're going to land here in your offers dashboard. You can see in this example that one listing on Front Street's got 4 offers, the one on Maple Street's got 2 offers. That's kind of the beauty of this system, is that you've got this network or marketplace of buyers that are in there, and you might just get a bunch of cash offers to present to the seller of that property. So you would click into the details section of each one. You've got the key offer points in here. So you end up with essentially a letter of intent from each one of these buyers. You don't have to worry about the contracts or anything until you get a verbal acceptance of the letter of intent. Don't worry about memorizing any of that stuff right now. Just giving you a quick overview. You learn about all this stuff in depth in the training.
In the 101 and 102 classes.
That's right.
Exactly right.
But the only thing to know about this screen is when you click that green Receive LOI and Present Offer button, you press that, you're going to get an email with a PDF of a letter of intent, proof of funds, some guidelines for that particular buyer, so on and so forth, and that gives you something to take to your seller to present the offer. And if they like it, you move forward to the next step, which you all are going to want to press that green accept button, ideally, on one of those offers that you get. And that will trigger the next steps in the process, which are the steps you already know. Get a contract, get it filled out, get it signed, and get a deal closed whenever that seller wants. That's it. Yeah. Yep. So we're going to be going through this a bit more in a breakout later on today.
Much more in depthly this afternoon at 5 p.m. in room 353. So the only problem is that's the same time as I think one of the bars open. So it'll be interesting to see what you're more interested in. Are you interested in the alcohol or express offers? So
priority test.
Hopefully you show up. So very good.
Maybe bring us a beer though.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
all right. That's
excellent.
it. Thanks, guys.
We appreciate it, everybody. Thanks so much.
Awesome.